Another day, another puzzling social media post by Kevin Durant. During our KD discussion yesterday,
This
Chris,
is Groundhog Day.
you mentioned that Durant texted you saying, the guy you see now is the real me. The guy in OKC was the phony. I was just trying to please everybody. Well, after our social media team put that clip out there on Twitter, an OKC fan chimed in. My name is Kaylee tweeted, well, the guy you are now is a clown that no one respects or takes seriously, to which Durant responded, here's the clout you ordered, enjoy. Chris, your thoughts on KD's continued use of social media?
First of all, I'm not sure what that tweet meant. Here's the clout you ordered, enjoy.
Attention?
Yeah, maybe. Why would he give it to her, though? But what?
I don't know.
I don't know what he meant. But I'm going to say this. Look. It doesn't look good, KD responding to just random fans on Twitter and all that. It makes him look sensitive, and we know he hates that. But I'm going to say this. It matters. It depends on what type of person you are. You have to know who you are. Now, when I covered the New York Knicks for the New York Times, there were players that would not read the papers. Because in New York, they were so critical, the tabloids and all that they just stayed away from it because they knew they didn't want the voices in their head, right? LeBron James, I think, remember, after his meltdown against Dallas in the finals, that's when he began going 0 dark 30 in the playoffs the following season. The rest is history. He didn't like that stuff being in his head. On the other side, Michael Jordan was a guy that loved the slights and loved the criticism and used it and even made some up to motivate himself. So it depends on what type of person you are. So I'm going to say this about Durant. If he is the type of person that can engage with all of these critics on social media, no matter how big or small they are, and still go out and be the best player in the world, arguably, or the second best player in the world, and still lead his team to win championships, then I have to admit, I'm fine with it. We might think it's immature. We might think it's foolish. We might think it's not befitting of an MVP and so on and so forth. But if he can still go out and ball,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you know?
Yeah, I understand that. Honest question, okay? You've been in this business for a long time. Is there any hesitance in what you said yesterday where it wasn't a text, it was a DM, right? It was a DM.
I don't know what the difference is, but yeah.
Well, a DM is kind of, it's supposed to kind of be private, right?
Not any more than a text.
Okay, but would you share a text if you're texting back and forth with KD?
If there's something that I felt like I could share, and no one said off the record in our conversation, and I didn't think this was inflammatory. If it's something inflammatory, I'm going to go to the person before and say, look, I want to use this. You cool with it?
Did you go with him?
No, because it wasn't inflammatory. I asked KD, the guy I see now is different than the guy I saw in Oklahoma City.
Right.
So it looks like you kind of being phony.
Look,
now.
I think
I'm not being phony. This is the real me.
I'm not saying the fact that you communicated with him and that he gave you. I'm just wondering kind of the process.
Now, players who I talk to, players, coaches, executives, they know that I don't just spill beans, and when we having a confidential conversation or off-the-record conversation, no issue.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, he didn't come at you like you were C.J. McCollum.
No, because
so here.
I don't think KD minds. I mean, this is the real me. I don't think he minds.
And he has said that this is the real me. I'm tired of it. I'm not taking it anymore. Here's my advice to Kevin Durant. I actually love your take because I'd never heard that take before, which is like, look, if this is what fuels you, then let it fuel you. Don't let it take away your edge. But man, Seth Davis gave me some great advice one day. Mute button. Everybody somehow you're a bad person when you block people. Just mute them. Just mute them. That way they can make their comments and they don't know that no one can see it in your timeline. You know, it's not that it's not even that you reply, but you're giving them a platform. When you put it on your feed, he's got over 17 million followers.
That's the crazy thing to me. And Chris brought this up in our morning meeting. He's got over 17 million Twitter followers, over 10 million Instagram. How does he even see these comments, the mentions?
There's a way in which certain people, because he has responded to this fan previously on Twitter. This one, I am Kaylee, whatever fan. He's actually gone back and forth with her previously.
But
and look,
why would he have her?
Yeah, you would think.
You know how you can get the notifications.
I
from
don't
certain
know.
individuals.
Maybe it's somebody who used to be a friend. Like, look, I actually think that Oklahoma City people look really, really small in this thing. Like calling somebody.
She does.
You used to.
If you look back at the things she's
look,
done.
I still do radio in Oklahoma City. I got my start there in Oklahoma City, and I love the passion for sports. But you have to understand the hypocrisy in the idea of we love you, we love you, we love you. You play for somebody else. You decide to leave as a free agent, and all of a sudden now you're an idiot. Now you're a clown. Now
on
you're
top of everything he had done for
right.
that community.
But wait. I was the best before, and now I'm the worst. Like how that? If whereas normal human beings, we're still friends. We worked together at a different place. Yep. I left. We were still friends. We come and work in the same place. We're still friends. Like that's usually how it works. So I understand that. I think Kevin Durant is struggling with that. We're struggling with fandom, fandom of Oklahoma City, fandom of other NBA teams. But just press the mute button. The mute is this soft way in between that and block. And mute, just don't give them the platform. I don't understand why, if somebody wants to be a hater and call you a clown, you can reply to them. You can. You can direct message them. But when you retweet their tweet, you're giving them 17 million followers to then respond to.
But that's almost what he said. Do we think, and that's an excellent point, has he ever come out and said that he dislikes the Twitter interaction?
No, he said he likes it. He said this is how I am in my real life.
So maybe he just
I talk
for us
trash,
thinking
I
you
come
would be
back at
bothered
people.
and should mute it. Maybe
he's not bothered by it. Maybe he enjoys the back and forth.
All right, this is going to sound super, super arrogant, but don't care, okay? Look, Kevin Durant, they're civilians. You're a superhero. You don't have to always interact with civilians. They don't know they don't even know what they don't know. But you might think, hey, all I am is showing the world what they don't know. It's not doing you any justice. You're a two-time NBA Finals MVP. You're the MVP of the league. You got great new shoes, which, by the way, super comfortable. Wore them to play hoop the other day. Don't have them on today. Or you just mute them.
But here's the thing, again. If KD's not bothered by it, if it hasn't negatively impacted his game,
it negatively impacts his image, though.
Maybe he doesn't
but
care.
look at a lot of people's image. I mean, look, there are players, domestic violence. There's players in trouble.
I got
all
it.
types of law.
I got it. But do you think
this is a guy responding to people that? And
do you think it's a good look? Do you think it's a good look?
I don't. But when I really have to look at it and evaluate, I don't think it's a good look. But when I look at it, I'm like, what's really the big deal? And when we think about Twitter and social media, part of it is that you do get to interact with the fans.
Yes.
And they have access to you. So if you're the type of person as a public figure that wants to interact with them, I wouldn't do it. I don't like it, but hey, it's not a crime.
Comedian Bill Burr. You know the comedian Bill Burr? Okay, Bill Burr had this bit about the malice at the palace. Right? And his thing was, for years, people had always taunted NBA players. Come up here, come up here. You know what? They came up there, and Ron Artest took out a whole roll of people. It's a great bit. Go and check it out online. And that's essentially what's happening, right? You think, like, I'm going to tweet at KD, tweet at him, and suddenly he claps back at you, and you're like, oh, you said come up here, and now he just claps back at you. You do look at a clown. I just think, I just don't, whether or not you say you don't care about your image, you do. Everybody wants to be liked, or if not liked, you want to be respected. And your peer group, other NBA players, are looking at their phones like, man, what is KD doing? Why are you engaging with these people who all they want to do is bring you stress and try and bring you down? Like, dude, it's the off season. Turn that thing off or just press mute.
KD, go get your 29 points and your 7 or 8 rebounds.
Keep putting your rings
as long as you're doing that,
Put some more rings
get the
on.
rings and we cool.